I was gonna start with the Street Fighter stuff. So the Street Fighter stuff got kind of leaked, but obviously seeing them in motion is different than screenshots of the characters we already knew that were gonna be in the game. So this is the Street Fighter announcement. We got to watch this during the Game Awards in the pre-show while I was still streaming. Look at DJ go. I'm about it. I like this theme already too. Sandblast. He threw Sandblast and then Sonic Boom. Damn, Ryu and you kicking this guy's ass? Okay, that's pretty cool. This is also cool too. I think the objective here is to teach you how to do like motion commands and stuff with this and teach you how to do, you know, that was like a quarter circle right there. Carrying the basketball. Then there's a new character. So this is Marisa. I'm excited to try that character. I don't like I'm not gonna main that character. There's like no chance. But I'm definitely excited to try her. She looks fun. This is Manon. And then what's it called? There's JP and DJ.
With finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
This is interesting too because his line is about finding a vessel for Bison. And the interesting thing about that is if you look at the gameplay, a lot of people seem to think that one of the moves is like literally just Bison. Whoa. Manon is humongous. Oh, this character looks like she has the energy I kind of... Oh my god, that was her command grab, I'm guessing? I like this girl, the French girl. I think she might be cool, seeing those kicks. Like, right here, a lot of people are like, is that Bison, like, leaning out of the cane? Who is this in here? What's going on here? Like, what's that all about? She looks cool. Oh my god, this character is kicking the shit out of you. What the hell? Damn, DJ looks cool too. Oh, he's got his ultra too. Oh my god. The music is good too. June 2nd. So it was supposed to get announced tonight. So a couple of things, right? This is pretty normal. This looks like DJ, right? First of all, I love how he looks in this game. Everything they showed off with him looks like a mix of some of his old stuff and some new stuff. So then JP, this is like a cane attack, maybe a target combo or something. It seems like he fights with the cane a bit, but he mostly also just has like summons or like traps he can put on the screen and then he can teleport as well, right? She is like really interesting. She's like a judo character, right? Manon. But then she has all these like twirly ballerina moves. So she's got like these long legged kicks alongside like judo tosses and stuff. It's like a really interesting combo. This character punches the shit out of you. Marisa, this character is wild. She is punching. This is machine gun upper. Pretty normal. This is like classic DJ, right? He usually gets to launch you with this. And then like in the heavier or EX versions, you can combo after. And she's just gone. She's off the screen. This is a big ol' swipe. This takes up a lot of space. Look at the range on this. I hope she's not just like a command grab grappler character and she's actually just, she has good normals. Like she kicks her mad far. And this move too, whatever this is supposed to be, TOS. I'm looking at the characters' hitboxes and hurt boxes. You guys are not the same as me. I was waiting for a character that had like really long footsie normals that looked fun. Besides just like Chun-Li. There's also a chance that she's just like not like this and she's much more up close than she looks, but I hope she's actually like more of a mid-range character. What's up with her neck? She got a long ass neck, but this move looks cool too. This character beats the shit out of you. Do you feel the impact in these punches? She seems like a fun character to mess around with on the side and just like ruin people's day, you know? That's double fireball. So before that was like his EX fireball. It doesn't look, there's not like an EX flash. He just throws 2 fireballs by default. Before, DJ had to spend EX to do this. And then, yeah, JP, this seems like, I don't know if it's like actually a grab or if it's like a hit strike or whatever. This character's about to get grabbed. This command grab is so cool, by the way. She does like a ballerina spin and then she, look at this, she like grabs you and then spins and like does the finish. This is so cool. This is her drive impact. And then little Sobot kicks after. Classic. That looks like maybe that's the EX machine gun or another move into it. This is cool too. He sets up these orbs and then he's able to teleport after and get a combo. Pretty cool looking character. Who knows exactly how he's gonna play, whether he has like mid-range stuff or he's like a zoner or what, but pretty cool looking. I wonder if you can combo after that. This double kick, that looks despicable. And this, I wonder if this is his super when he has like, he's powered up or something. I'm not sure. That's a big punch. This one is cool. I love that there's like posing together here. This character looks so cool. That's the same as his Ultra 2 in Street Fighter 4. And this isn't the only thing they put out. So this is the first trailer. This is another video that came out. This is the pre-order bonus. Pre-order bonus gives you colored 10s for all these characters. So these are alternate colors for everybody, right? The pink is great. So the cool part about this is it shows off the alternate colors. Yeah, this is straight up Dante. But then we get some DJ here and we get some Manon. So DJ throws a fake fireball. You see that? And then she's whiffing this move that we saw hit earlier that has like really big range, Billy Rig range, right? This move, whatever this is, his heavy punch or his like standing medium punch. But then he links standing light kick in his Sobot after. That shit, it goes kind of far. I wonder if it forces stand and whiffs on crouch. This shit goes real far. And then they showed a combo with her. This is probably her like standing heavy punch, I'm guessing. Little drive rush. This is probably crouching medium, standing medium, or maybe that's a standing heavy again actually, and then into the spin. And this is like a combo ender. This part right here, the leg takedown, this is pretty standard judo. But the part before is like it's got the dancey ballerina stuff. Does she have underhooks or something? What is she doing here? Oh, she just magically whisks him away. Oh, she kind of actually does have an underhook here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. DJ does a signature at the end. I like that she does. They showed her so briefly. But it ends with her doing this like pose. I'm assuming it like holds this pose after a while. Anyway, these are the colors. And then there was like a blog post. They talk about the World Tour mode and like how you can learn specials from these masters to incorporate them into your avatar's moveset. They say you can have all these moves as long as they are on different inputs. They also seem to have a cost. So there's like a menu they show here. Yeah, in the World Tour mode, you got to spend your Zenny to unlock these moves. And as long as they don't overlap in terms of the motion, you can just have whatever you want. And then they have this master assist mode they talk a little bit about where you can like call them in and tag team and do cool stuff. This is pretty cool. Some mini game modes, right? And they talk about his move, air slashes, the fireball, the double rolling Sobot. They showed a little bit. Machine gun upper, jackknife maximum. His new move is just cool. Is a retreating sway that can lead into kicking attacks or forward moving maneuvers. Manon is a supermodel and world champion judoka, forever seeking self-improvement in the pursuit of beauty. This sounds like another Street Fighter character. She has grabs that will increase her medal level upon successful completion. The higher her medal level, the more each grab's properties will change. Marisa is very cool. I like that her background is a jewelry designer. Really dope looking character. Same thing with JP. I mean, I imagine he's like super involved in the story. This is interesting too. If you have a Capcom ID and you link it, you can actually get Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo to play when the game comes out. They're like, hey, go ahead and link this to get stuff. I like that idea. So yeah, the Street Fighter stuff I thought was very cool. The 3 characters that are announced for the game that have not seen any gameplay are Cammy, Zangief, and who's the last one? The T-Hawk girl, Lily. Then there was the Tekken stuff. The Tekken trailer was out. There's not that much gameplay in it, but it's a lot more of like what's going on and bringing back some other characters. So anyway, I thought the Mishimas were like done, but they're back. What up, Chili?
You just getting started. I never catch these Johnson again.
This is also quite exciting, by the way. People are excited that Jun's back. That's pretty cool. The Mishimas are still going. I thought this shit was over. I thought they're like, all right, Heihachi's dead. Fuck him. Dude, and also, this is like, I guess maybe like a rage something. This is maybe the heat move, rage art, drive, heat art. Paul looks so different. This is all we see of him in the trailer, right? Is like a single death fist. And then we just see Law looking buff as fuck and then whipping him with the chucks. This is also, I assume this is like a Jack 8 intro pose. He's just flying in with a fucking ginormous like machine gun rocket thing. Like who knows what this even is. This looks like an intro or like an outro even maybe, right? He might fly away. And then there's King. This also intro or outro has that energy. They have a little bit of gameplay here. One thing we see a lot is this dash. I assume it's covered in the article. This is like in all of the clips. All the characters have this glow on them and then they just dash. And I'm assuming this is the new heat thing they keep talking about, being like a new mechanic that encourages offense. It seems like you can do something and then get this heat and then it's like a dash cancel or like a dash you can do into stuff. So this is pretty interesting, right? Like, yeah, this is also, what in the fuck is this? I assume this is like if you wall break or something. I don't know if this is a stage transition or like a round end transition or like what this is. This shit's pretty funny looking though, right? This is also, you can see there's like a white glow on this dash too. He does like a dash thing again. That seems different than his normal silent entry, right? It seems like it's something else. It seems like it's the heat thing. Because you also see Jin do it here too. He does heat, and then it seems like this is a combo, right? Of some kind, maybe. He does heat again. He's like just dashing it up. I wonder how often this is gonna happen in the game. Like if they're just showing it off because it's like cinematic and it looks cool, or if like every character has max mode now and they can just fucking heat and then dash at you. Like I don't know. Constantly doing this dash cancel, and then he just pops. I don't know if that's like his like rage art or whatever it's supposed to be, but he just like pops the demon form in the middle of the match. I wonder if he can just do that now. That's supposed to show off June. This is cool. She's like dead, right? So she got Kazumi. She got Kazumi'd somehow. Fist meets fate. Much better than STD. I was waiting for them to announce that Kazuya has 8 STDs. He's got a few, that's for sure. It's interesting, you know, I watched this trailer and I was like, that was cool. But a lot of people were like pissed because they were like, where the fuck's all the gameplay? There's not that much in this trailer. I didn't expect there to be that much gameplay. I thought this game was going to be really far out and there wasn't going to be that much. I also think this stage is incredibly cool looking, by the way. Like, this stage looks super tight. I also think that visually this game looks way more similar to Tekken 7 than I expected, actually. It looks better, obviously, but it's not as big of a jump as the original gameplay footage that we saw seemed like. That looked incredible. If you just saw this screenshot somewhere, I think, and someone said like, oh, this is a Tekken 7 mod or something, I think you would maybe believe it, right? Look at Law's legs. Do they look weird? Where his calf's at? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't really have calves, right? I want to be clear. It's not that I think Tekken 8 does not look good watching this footage. Like, look at how the characters look here, and then look at this. So this looks like, oh my god, this is the coolest looking thing ever. This looks more realistic, I think. This looks more like what I expect the game to look like from most people. This is Jin. Like, this is just how he looks. It's cool. And then June looks great. I don't know what's going on with her. She's dead. So whatever happens, who knows, right? This outfit is tight. Like, come on, man. Is the next one Paul? No, it's King. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Paul, actually. Law looks cool. I like his new pants. I don't like that his legs are so small, though. This is Jack. Jack looks cool. He's a robot. Got big shoes. Is this? No, this is Lars. Where's Paul? Paul got left out of all of these. What's up with his hair? I say this as someone who's currently in active need of a haircut. What the hell happened? That's a good point, actually. He's kind of got the same. It's almost, right? His is longer on the sides. Like, obviously, Luke is a zoomer, so he's got the hair cut on the sides properly. What are the odds that in Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, they both were like, let's fuck up our blonde-haired American guy's life? Like, what's going on here? We haven't seen a sidestep at all. They really are focusing on this dash mechanic. Basically, every single like character does the dash. They talk a little bit about it in the article. The changes in Tekken 8 coming from the team, thinking about how they would go about making the game exciting to both play and watch. We felt that the person attacking should be really enjoying the gameplay and enjoying themselves. and to feel like they're at advantage and have a better chance to win if they go on the offensive rather than turtling up. Another thing the trailer introduces the new heat system, which is meant to enhance and articulate aggressive, and how that's actually going to be implemented in the gameplay. They say a lot of the design has been influenced by the esports scene and even Tekken 7's reception. It's not just important that a game can be fun for the person playing it, it has to look fun to play to captivate and bring in new people. If you're looking at the esports scene where two people are at the same kind of level, there might not be a lot of offense going on because it's hard for players to open up their opponent and not a whole lot happen. And you can see this in boxing and other martial arts as well, when two people are on the same skill level and there's not a lot of attacking going on. We wanted to make sure that the game is entertaining to watch by motivating players to go on offense and try to open up their opponents, not just because it makes the game more enjoyable for them, but it's more entertaining experience for spectators too. It's a big focus on offense and like how like offense is exciting and like it's so cool, and you want to make sure that defense is not too strong so that you can't do anything. I don't think most people think like, oh, the problem with Tekken is like you just block everything and win. Tekken 7, with how it currently is, it's not a bad spectator game. In fact, I think it's like probably one of the most watched, I don't play this game, but I love watching it kind of games that exist. The dash thing, this heat thing, it strikes me as like their way of like, you know, forcing some kind of offensive scenario. Like you use heat to get close enough to immediately do a 50-50, right? But like always, it really depends on how this is in the actual game and not the article that's being written. I'm not surprised that this was enough to make everybody be pissed. It's not surprising because every game is doing it. Yeah, but even in most of the modern games where this kind of stuff is a thing, defense is still pretty strong. I don't think there's a lot of games where defense does not have good options, even in games where they've made offense like easier to use. In Street Fighter V, defense has been, and for a long time, really good. Even though you don't have focus backdash or backdash from Street Fighter 4, DPF ADC, or do anything else that existed for defensive stuff, defense in that game is pretty strong. Same thing with Strive. I think defense in Strive is not weak either. All the buffs to FD in particular and how good YRC is and the reward on counter hit lights, like Dragon Ball certainly is not a game where defense is weak. Also NRS games, defense definitely not weak. I don't know, maybe there's something else where defense is like weak compared to the offense in those games. Ultra Fight the Counter, I would guess the offense in Ultra Fight the Counter is stronger. Most of the time offense is much easier to access, but defense long term is really good if you learn how to do it. It's just easier to learn offense in most games. A neutral skip that forces raw guesses without access to some of those mechanics. Depends also though on how powerful the neutral skips are, right? A good example I think that I thought was going to be a really powerful neutral skip is Street Fighter 6 parry drive rush. I thought it was going to be incredibly degenerate. Like I thought it might make the game not fun to play in neutral, but it's like pretty easy to just hit a button and stuff. I mean, same thing with Super Dash. Super Dash is probably the biggest example, but even then, they've tried to buff anti-airs and like air buttons to compensate for it. And the rest of defense in that game is so powerful anyway that it's not as overwhelming as it is. Super Dash is a pretty wild mechanic though, that's for sure. And even Street Fighter 5, I don't know what a neutral skip would be in context of that game, or even Strive, I'm not sure. BRC forward. BRC is, I wouldn't say it's like normally used as a neutral skip. To be in the BRC shockwave, you have to be close enough that it's no longer like a mid-range or neutral interaction. It's like somebody wants to initiate at that range anyway, or run if you don't want to initiate. Raw dash BRC anyway. The stuff to fly is pretty good. Similar to air dash YRC, right? Extremely strong as a call out. Not that great if you just do it though. It also depends on how you think about it because neutral skips are also not a new concept. Everything I'm describing is like what Yun does to you, for instance, in Street Fighter. Particularly A Yun, but even Ultra Yun. Even with negative dash punch. The fear, I think, is not unfounded though. Like worrying that games are just gonna evolve into like do the neutral skip into like powerful offense, into like run someone over, reducing the interactions to stop them from doing stuff in neutral to get there and making defense worse is bad. If like you just are like, I'm sick of this neutral shit, let me just do heat and then twerk on you, that's pretty bad. If it's like the replacement of their rage drive though, where like instead of doing your rage drive to gain plus frames and some rage drives suck, they just universally make it heat or something, then that's probably like, it's basically the same as before, but just universal instead of some characters' rage drives are really good and some are really shitty. But it depends on how this actually is.
It's the same with real martial arts, but with fighting games as well. If you have two people who have a really similar skill level, sometimes neither can like go on attack or open up themselves up. You know, it leaves you vulnerable perhaps. So you'll just see people staring each other down, I guess you could say, right? We wanted to break that up.
Aren't stare downs like the most tense part about like high level fighting games? Aren't they so cool? Everybody loves stare downs, right? There's gonna be stare downs in the video game, even if the heat system exists, right? But why would you not like stare downs? Am I tripping? And it's not even just a fighting game thing. In martial arts movies or like action films or just like literally anything, that shit is tight no matter what. No, I can't tell if it's like they're trying to just be like, hey, aggression is cool and you can go wild and have a great time and beat up people even if you're not as good, to like new players, or if they're actually saying the game is all about just going in and swinging on people now at every level and this is how it goes. If they show off the system mechanic and it looks nasty as fuck, then good luck, Tekken players. Hopefully you can complain and something will happen. But if they show it off and it doesn't seem that bad, then who knows? You won't know until you get to play it, right? Seeing him say like you're able to block 100% of attacks, who is that about? Like, Knee doesn't block 100% of attacks. No one blocks 100% of attacks. I find it weird that people are so upset that people are concerned about it. I definitely would be worried reading this if I was a Tekken fan who liked playing defense. Particularly because if you're a Tekken fan and you look at Street Fighter 6, and Street Fighter 6 system looks more complicated than 5. If your game looks like they're like, all right, we got to make it so that everybody can run offense all the time. Let's make this a little easier for everybody to get in there and smoke you. That's got to feel not great. Imagine beating a Kazuya player. He goes into rage, he homing dashes to you, and then does Hell Sweep or a mid, and then kills you in 2 hits. Like, that does not sound fun in Tekken 8. I hope that that's not what's going to happen to me. I know it happens already, but imagine if he just homing dashes instead of waifu waivus. Because Street Fighter's like the opposite. Street Fighter 6 is currently like, let's make the game more complex. They haven't said it in any interviews or anything like that, really, but like the game is more complex than 5. You don't want to come out and say the meter that we've designed is way more difficult to manage. What you say is like, it lets you pick and choose how you want to spend your bar, and like it's really open to whatever. And you know, if you're new or experienced, you can spend it in all kinds of cool ways. Like, you know, whatever you want to do, the world is your oyster. But the reality is like the meter is incredibly difficult to manage. They really just made a more complex natural system, but they don't market it that way. Be worried about something or not like something is doom posting, hater, shut up, boomer. Now you're figuring it out. Yes, it is doom posting, but I don't think it's like drama. I think it makes sense. I don't think you read that article and you're like, yeah, this sounds great. You're probably like, uh-oh, I hope it's not what this says. You have to hope the article is more like appeasing people and being like, hey guys, it's going to be easy to get in there. Don't worry. And not actually the reality. As long as you're not like, guys, it's fucking over. Like it's unless you're like literally actually doom posting, you know, I don't think there's any problem with just being like, I hope this doesn't do this. There's lots of things that I didn't or don't like about the games that I play, and I wanted them changed before the game came out. And like, they either did or didn't, and like that's just how it goes for like everything. Anytime you say anything nice about anything, you're a shill. Anytime you say anything bad about anything, you're a hater. There's no winning. What I've learned is you say your piece, and then when these people go feral on you, you're just like, all right, man, you walk away. I don't like the idea of how much of the gameplay has looked like this so far. And not even like this, I should say. The gameplay looks like this. The next trailer needs to have Korean backdashing in it, that's all. And everybody will be like, all right, maybe it's not so bad.
Listen.
I did see someone tagged me. It was something like Max and Sajam always are hyped for these new games, but like never talk about how we're getting fucked by regional pricing. Like, first of all, I don't know what that has to do with me. Second of all, I've talked about it like 10 times. I talked about it with Strive. I talked about it with like Melty or DNF. Maybe it was both. I talked about all kinds of shit with regional price. And also, I don't set the price, and neither does Max. What does that have to do with me? I've seen Juno tweet about it. I've tweeted about it. I'm sure Obama's tweeted about it. Max tweeted about it. Like, everybody talks about it. Take responsibility for my actions. I don't know what I did at all. I was like, what?